Yo, what's up everybody? Welcome back here to the channel with me, Stay. And yesterday, they dropped the biggest Apex Legends update we've seen to date, alright? It included a ton of new bug fixes. If you guys haven't already heard of everything that's changed in the game, I'm going to be covering it a little bit in this video, so you guys won't have to go anywhere else. I still got you here. But ultimately today, what I want to talk to you guys about is whether you should still use the Wingman and Peacekeeper after this update, because those are the two main weapons, okay? The two favorite weapons that were nerfed in this game. So they've been changed for the betterment of the game, but whether you guys should still use them is a completely different story. And once again, that's really what I want to make the focus of this video on today. But before I do get into any of that, guys, please make sure you drop a like, subscribe if you aren't already, and I kind of want to touch on the update itself before I get into whether you guys should still use these weapons. Now, first up, taking a look at this hitbox issue in Apex Legends, okay, because this is the main focus of a problem when it comes to this game right now. Until they fix it, it's going to be like the thumb stamp of a problem on the game's forehead, and it's just not going away. People can't stop talking about it because it leaves half of people's favorite legends unplayable, okay? Especially even Caustic. Caustic is someone I've been dying to try to get better with, try to just really learn, and I just don't want to use him because of his disadvantage due to his hitbox issue. Same with Pathfinder. Gibraltar I've never been a big fan of, and even Bangalore's got that middle ground size hitbox compared to someone like Wraith. Wraith is tiny, guys, if you aren't aware already. So they got to get this fixed up. What they actually plan on doing is they said they're not going to have anything changed until the start of season 1. Do I agree with this? Not really. They should have fixed it now. Season 1's pretty dang close though, so at least it'll be fixed fast. But like I said, should have been dealt with as of yesterday. Now, on top of that, they gave us a couple hints at nerfs that are going to be coming to some of the legends. So just to give you guys a little sneak peek in what they said so far, Wraith's portal, her void portal, is going to have an increased cooldown time, and then also Bangalore's double time, passive ability. So when she's shot and she gets that 40% movement increase in speed, that's now going to be reduced to 30. So this is kind of nice, you know. These are little bugs, or not bugs, but aspects of the game which I feel are pretty fair, because right now they're in a pretty aggressively overpowering state. Wraith's portal, she can just get out of any situation no matter the time. And then same with Bangalore's movement speed, especially beginning of the game. You can't catch her, you just can't catch her. Bangalore's just known for running in this game at this point, so at least they're going to be doing general nerfs to everybody and not just these hitboxes as well. They're going to have a nice cleanup of all the legends together. And to finish it up with this hitbox issue, the last thing I wanted to mention was how Respawn Entertainment wanted to go about live changes to legends and weapons. So basically, they said, unlike a game, well, they didn't say this part, okay, but unlike Call of Duty Black Ops 4 and just the Call of Duty series in general, where they whip around nerfs constantly, and sometimes they even go back on nerfs on certain weapons, they really want to take the time to sit there, deal with it in-house at Respawn Entertainment, and introduce these weapon tweaks slowly, because at the end of the day, you can really mess up a game with weapon buffs and nerfs and removing of certain things, just like Fortnite did. Fortnite's ruined its competitive aspect. So I think Apex Legends is going to stay focused on keeping it a very fun, competitive environment and introducing these nerfs and tweaks slowly. Now, moving on to the meat and potatoes of this video, okay? The main part of this update everyone was really concerned and hyped about, and those were the nerfs and changes to the Wingman pistol and the Peacekeeper shotgun, alright? You guys want to know whether you should still be using these weapons, and I'm going to give you my opinion on them. And also, if you don't already know exactly what changed, I'm still going to go over that to give us a better all-around look at the current situation. All right, so starting off with the Wingman, it received a rate of fire reduction from 3.1 rounds per second to 2.6 rounds. Okay, so this is a minor reduction in fire rate. It's definitely going to be noticeable in game, and I think honestly it's a pretty fair nerf that came to the Wingman, because essentially what they said they wanted to do with this weapon is turn it into a hand cannon instead of a rapid fire deagle, which is essentially what it was doing. It was doing kind of both. It was a hand cannon rapid fire deagle all together. So they're kind of hindering it down, and basically there's been no damage reduction to the base weapon of the Wingman. Okay, the skull piercer headshot damage multiplier has also received a nerf, which went down from 2.5 okay, damage like a headshot multiplier of 2.5 to 2.25. So once again, a little more damage reduction on the skull piercer side, but as a base weapon, it's still the Wingman we've always known, which is really, really good. I think that it's already a pretty difficult weapon to use. A lot of people like don't really touch on this factor, but it is compared to other assault rifles and just any other weapon in this game, to be honest. It's definitely one of the hardest weapons to master and get good at aiming with, because unless you have that aim, you're not going to be dealing no damage no matter how powerful it is. So that's going to do it for the wing. Actually, sorry, there's one more thing that happened to the Wingman. Yes, you thought I was done. There's one more thing, okay? They increase also the base hipfire spread. So like when you guys are shooting, it's gonna hipfire spread even more, so you guys aren't gonna be able to get those like cross map hipfire shots with the Wingman anymore. You're actually gonna have to aim down those sights. And then also when that hipfire crosshair starts to open up, it's gonna take longer for it to come in and close back down, which once again is gonna avoid you from hitting all those hipfire shots. You have to aim down those sights. So now that is gonna do it for all the tweaks and nerfs that have happened to the Wingman. What do I think of them? In my opinion, they're honestly not too bad. I really think it's fair. The Wingman was in another tier of its own. Like the Wingman was better than seriously every single other weapon in this game. And I think this, although it doesn't kill the Wingman, it definitely doesn't kill the Wingman, okay? It just makes it a more even playing field, to the point where you're really gonna have to capitalize on that skill level if you want to rock it with the Wingman all game. Okay, now moving on to the Peacekeepers nerfs and changes. Nothing in terms of a damage nerf or reduction came to this weapon either, which is once again really, really exciting. Like I just can't stand it when certain games nerf weapons to the point where they're just unusable, and you turn what was the best weapon in the game to the worst weapon in the game. That happened to the Vapor assault rifle in Call of Duty Black Ops 4. So this is really good. Respawn's handling this well, but they did reduce the rate of fire that the Peacekeeper's capable of when you are shooting with an increase in barrel. So like when you guys throw in your common barrel, instead of being 10% increased fire rate, it's now only going to be 7.5, and then level 2 is going to have, instead of a 20% increase in your fire rate, it's not only going to be 13. So it does get kind of drastic as we get to this third option here. Okay, now listen to this. Now when we get our purple barrel, okay, so our level 3 barrel on our shotgun, instead of having a 25% increase in the fire rate, it's now all the way down to 16. Okay, now in game it's honestly not that it's not that serious. It's obviously definitely noticeable that you aren't able to shoot as fast, but a base Peacekeeper is already decent on its own. So if you guys can handle shooting a base Peacekeeper, then you're not going to really have you're not going to complain too much when you get that level 3 barrel on it. Still, essentially the whole scheme behind this was that increasing the time in between each shot kind of lessens the overpowerability of the Peacekeeper, giving opponents to capitalize on your mistakes if you do miss a shot with this weapon. So once again, very, very fair changes over here. The Wingman, a little bit of a damage reduction with that skull piercer, but other than that, both of these weapons have just received fire rate reduction. So what do I think of all this as a general sense? Do I think these weapons should still be used? The Wingman number 1, I don't think this weapon is broken by any means, okay? It's honestly still probably the most dominant weapon in the game, and this isn't by fluke though, okay? The whole purpose of this nerf, which is why I'm really loving what Respawn did here, is the fact that they're exploiting people's skill level, okay? Weapons in this game, just like I mentioned, there's those weak weapons in the beginning, like the Mozambique and the P2020. Those are picker-ups and drop-ems to the next tier of loot. Now, once you get your hands on a Wingman, if you guys aren't capable of using the Wingman properly, you are going to have a terrible time with this weapon. If you were already struggling before this nerf, well, trust me, it's not going to get any easier, because like I said, that fire rate's been reduced. You're going to be paying the price every single time you miss a shot even more now, and then that hip fire spreads increase and takes longer to cool down. So if you guys weren't even aiming down your sights to begin with, even harder. Okay, so you people, you high competitive pro players who are out there for those high kill games, just tracking down the highest kill time weapon out there, definitely choose the Wingman. It's still the best option in this game, and I don't recommend any other weapon over it. There's some other great combinations, but the Wingman is a killer still. Lastly, to finish up this video, should you guys still use the Peacekeeper shotgun? And that's a most given definite yes. Okay, the Peacekeeper is an amazing weapon. Even with no attachments, I find myself still picking up this gun late game. That's because if you guys hit your shots, you will be rewarded with the amount of power this gun can deliver. Okay, now what did the nerf once again touch on? It's really only once you start throwing on those barrels, you're gonna get a reduced increase in that fire rate, but you're still getting an increase, so never forget that. Okay, yes, we're getting less, but never forget the fact that you're getting an increased fire rate from the base model of the gun, and that's still 16% for a shotgun. That's insane. Honestly, it's pretty fair for like what they did knock it down to, and I think that the Wingman and the Peacekeeper still probably the two most dominant weapons in this game. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and all the nerfs, all the details, all the analysis behind everything I was talking about, and whether I think these weapons are still valid in the game. If you did like the video, please make sure you drop a like down below, subscribe, because I post the latest Apex Legends content every day, guys. 2 videos every single day, and I stream for you guys every other. So I'll see you guys in the next one tomorrow. Have a great day. Peace out.